Hey, my fellow Americans and other people. I've been meaning to make a video about being on testosterone for a year, which I'm gonna try to make it later. But I'm starting to get really nervous about the rise of American fascism. The whole, like, the richest man in the world giving a Sig Heil at the inauguration. The CDC scrubbing words like non-binary and transgender from from their fucking getting rid of Black History Month. I have been alarmist in the past. Well, like I can get anxious about stuff. However, I spoke with my partner the other day, and I haven't told you much about him. However, he's a legal assistant, political science graduate shit. But like he predicted the Russian invasion of the Ukraine 8 years before it happened, and he is always reading the news all day. He's incredible. He's way smarter than me in my opinion, and he seems to really have the finger on the pulse of international politics. And the other day we were talking. I was like, should I think about leaving the country? And he had already started thinking about it. He had already started looking into. He has claims for citizenship in Sweden, where his grandfather was born, and in Germany, because in 2021, Germany enacted like a policy granting citizenship to descendants of people affected by the Holocaust, and his great grandmother fled, grandmother, great grandmother, fled the Germany in the 60s. She was Jewish from the Holocaust, so like that might also work. I don't have claims to citizenship anywhere. Like I my I'm descended from a first family of Virginia on my mom's side. They've been there. They've been here forever. And my dad is reading the rise and fall of the Third Reich, and he can't help but notice the parallels. And I haven't read it, but I have studied the Holocaust. I just always been interested in atrocity, frankly. And anyway, when I asked my partner about it, he was like, "Yeah, I think it's probably time to start looking into it." I considered going back in the closet. However, I don't think that I would survive myself if I did that. And then, it's hard. Like, I mean, we've had a camp in Texas for some time to hold immigrants indefinitely. The definition of a concentration camp is rounding up like everybody with a certain like profile, the whole population, and putting them in a concentrated place, putting them all in one place where they're restricted and you can control them. That's a concentration camp. So we were there, in my opinion, especially with the ICE crackdown. And next, it's gonna be the political dissidents, like critics of the regime, intellectuals who are critical of the regime, and then it's going to be the disabled and the mentally ill, and then it's going to be trans people, and then it's going to be gay people, and I don't know what's going to happen next. But like, consider if like I know that it feels like it can't happen here, but consider like the average German in the 40s, they knew about the war. They didn't know about the concentration camps, and nobody knew about Auschwitz until years later. Also, I'm pretty certain that Elon Musk is going to be buying up news media. He already has. He bought Twitter, and like painted himself as a champion of free speech while simultaneously censoring people who were critical of him. Twitter's not a major news source. Well, a lot of people see it as that, so I'm worried that next it's going to be a more major one. And I think pretty soon Americans aren't going to really have much access to unbiased news sources or news sources that are not controlled by the regime. And even if, like, stage five, what's his name? I don't remember his name, but there are 5 stages of fascism according to the author of Anatomy of Fascism. So it's like pretty definitive. The last stage is either radicalization, which is concentration camps trying to take over the world, etc., or entropy due to decay, mismanagement, external pressures, or something else. My prediction is that it will not is that at stage 5 it will quickly decay because of mismanagement and just. However, before we get to that point, I don't know if we'll have Medicare. I don't know if SSDI or like, public housing, it's not gone. However, it could be, especially if people start making changes to the Constitution. And I'm scared for myself, although, like, I could probably, I don't know. I'm more scared for my, I'm scared. I'm scared for a lot of people. And the amount of denial that, I don't know, man, it's scary and it's sobering. And I'm not panicking, which is what disturbs me the most, because usually, when I have a trauma response where I, see threats that aren't there, I panic. This, I'm, this is making me afraid, but the only way, in my opinion, the only way to survive the worst is to prepare for it. So, I hope this doesn't happen, but hope isn't gonna stop anything, and I think that this man is, I think that the regime is too established to be overthrown easily, especially with the US military. So, to anybody out there who's already part of a marginalized community, like any race other than white, any religion other than evangelical Christianity, any left, like, political leanings, but especially, like, not especially, but, like, disabled, trans people, gay people, people who are scapegoats in this culture right now, because it's happening, I think. And even if it doesn't, I think the only way to stop it is to, like, try to is to fucking, I don't know what's gonna happen. But I have a really strong gut feeling that things are going to get so bad before they get better. And I have learned in the past 36 years that I've been alive that my gut feelings are very frequently uh, correct. So anyway, I love you guys, and stay safe out there. All right.